I was going to St. Cloud State College in those days, and at that time it was not a university, it was a college. But the outstanding memory is during the Cambodian incursion, they had a vote to shut things down, to shut the university down. And I can't remember, it was Atwood Hall. I guess we had a meeting between Atwood and Stewart Hall. And the Stewart Hall had higher walls, and the demonstrators were up against that building, and then the crowd was up against Atwood. And they went up and they did their stuff in the demonstration, and then they called for a vote. And the vote was to shut down they obviously, the people who wanted to shut down lost. But that wasn't good enough for them. So then they came back and they called for a second vote. And the second vote, they lost by a bigger margin. So they called for a third vote, and that time it just reverberated off the halls that we wanted to stay in college. St. Cloud State was a working class school. There was a lot of people who commuted to St. Cloud State from other communities. So that's my story about St. Cloud, about the Vietnam War. Well, the music obviously was memorable, and there was a lot of great music. Can't say I can quote you the music or anything like that, but the politics of the era, I've always been interested in politics, and LBJ and Hubert Humphrey and then Nixon, and in that election where the 68 election where Humphrey was so far behind and then Nixon so far ahead, and then on election night it was almost tied up, and then Humphrey eventually lost. So it was very interesting that way.